Hello students, today we move on to the part we need to detect, okay? Because the last video we talked about the way or how to criticize effectively, okay? Okay, let's start today. As the handout I give you online, and you can download that and you see together. This is a research journal that today we can present it as the case study. Okay, let's review the past research critique. Okay, don't forget the title of this publication. Next, look through the objective. The next one is definition, conceptual framework, and literature review. Next, we see the methodology and interpretation in chapter 4. Also conclusions and recommendation and contributions. Okay. Now, after you know this research journal, the title. Firstly, you have to see the title, author, date, and publication. And from the case study, I will not mention about the author, okay, and the publication. But now I will let you see through the title. Okay, as I have told you before, the title should include the setting, the valuables, the samples, and methodology. As you see, the quality of work life and organizational commitment are two valuables. So this means perfect for this. All factory workers. Okay, however, we know that who is the sample group and the setting should be the factory. However, you see this, we can guess that it might use the correlation or multiple regression. Okay, for this you can make some critique on the title. And for the year, you see 2018 is quite new. Next, move on to the objectives. For the objectives, as you see, the first objective is to find the different levels of organizational commitment, which were divided by personal factors. The second one is to study the correlation between quality of work life and organizational commitment. And number 3, to predict organizational commitment by the quality of work life. Now we go through the objectives. That means they want to, it's like he or she, the researcher, want to study on the level of organizational commitment and quality of work life. So the objective reflected a lot of things like the statistic used, correlation, and to predict. That means they use multiple regression, right? And the objective. Remember the objective, please, okay? And then go through the definition. What is the definition? Okay, the definition is quite perfect. Okay, they show the perception of workers of acquiring expected advantages by experiencing work, as this can improve their satisfaction from use and coming. For this definition, leading to the establishment of the questionnaire and also the organizational commitment, which show you in the literature review, as you see. So it's quite perfect because there are two variables, and then they trying to define give some definition on both variables. Next, let's move to this conceptual framework. Okay, you see the conceptual framework. Okay, the first one is personal factors. The second one is quality of work life. And the last one is organizational commitment as the dependent variables. For personal factors, there are age, length of work, marital status, and hometown. The second one is quality of work life. Okay, the first component is adequate and fair compensation. The second component is safe and healthy environment. The third component is development of human capacities. The fourth one is growth. The fifth one is security. Next one is social integration. Next one is constitutionalism. And the total of life space. And the last one is social relevance. Let's move to the organizational commitment. There are three components. The first one is effective commitment. The second one is continuous commitment. And the last one is normative commitment. As you see from conceptual framework, you see that it's related and have some connection with the objectives. So it's quite well. They did quite well. However, we have to check because the conceptual framework comes from the good literature review. So if I move to the literature review, it must show the definition, the concept, the past paper or previous research on the organizational commitment. And it must show that some correlation between the personal factor and organizational commitment, or organizational commitment and quality of work life. Now, move on to literature review to see that the researcher have done it correctly or not. Okay. The first one is valuable. As you see in your paper, you see that they try to give some definition and the theories on valuables. So it's quite good. For the second one, concepts and theories. Okay, they use some theories like the concept from Hughes and Cumming, 1985, and also the organizational commitment. Okay, like the researcher applied side bet theory from Becker, 1960. Okay, so that's quite okay for this research. And the last point, related research. Okay, as you have seen from the journal, the researcher haven't included a lot of related research. So that means he or she should include more related research. Now, let's move on to the methodology. For the methodology, okay, there should be like a sample group, population, sampling method, research instrument, also the data analysis or statistics used. For the methodology, the first one they mentioned the population and sample group. It's quite okay because already said that the population is 1,517 population workers. Okay. However, they haven't showed much more about the sampling method. But the sample group is 100 population workers. Okay, but they just say they are simple random sampling. Okay, but they haven't shown like a formula used like from Taro Yamane or not. From the second one, This is a research tool or like a research instrument. They show that there are three parts. The first one is a personal detail questionnaire. The second one is on quality of work-life questionnaire in 9 aspects. And the last one is organizational commitment questionnaire 3 aspects. Okay, I have seen that it's okay because they try to show which one and each have 4 items, or some of them have one of them have 33 items, and for the last one 24 items. Okay, they give a good detail on that. And the last one from the data analysis. However, as you see, they use that they mentioned SPSS. Actually, it should not be mentioned here because we are not sure that the researcher have bought the license or not. But okay, they should not put SPSS, okay? Just say computer program is okay. However, the data analysis part, they said that you use the descriptive statistic, mean, standard deviation, and percentage. The second one, they said that it is one way ANOVA, and the last one by the correlation. And okay, they say very clearly that they use multiple regression, like a stepwise multiple regression for the third hypothesis. It's quite clear here from the data analysis. Now let's move on to the interpretation of the result. Okay, the first one are the researchers show the personal detail. For the personal detail, they tell about the population. Are the sample group's age. Like 39 persons were over 44 years old, like this. And moreover, they show the aspect of quality of work life. Yep, in each component. And also, you see in the table 1, see the correlation between quality of work life and organizational commitment. Okay, they show the correlation table, and they also show the significant level and also each component of quality of work life. However, the last one, they show the multiple regression. Yep, between a lot of aspect in the research. And now I think that they have done quite well. Now let's move on to the conclusion. For the conclusion, okay, they are try to make the connection between their like the variables or like the research finding with their research paper, the previous paper, or like a concept and theory. However, it's quite short, I think. Here, the researcher can extend and explain more and make some more correlation with the concept and theory they have reviewed or in chapter 2. And for the recommendation and contribution, is this good because they are divided into 2 recommendation. The first one is for organization, and the next one is for further study. As you see, writing the recommendation sometimes you need to use the finding until that this finding can be used in which way. So for this study, I think it's okay, but it's not good. Or they can improve this part for their writing style. Okay. Now, thank you, student, and I hope you all understand. See you next video.